to overcome the curse of Babel, not just the Tower of Babel. In New York, is basically we understand. Nobody really understands what you're talking about, other than the fact that you're annoying. It's like staring at a map for like 5 minutes. I need to use the map next. Or if you go to Bryant Park and then like you're occupied, somebody's gonna knock on the stall. It's like, listen, you've been there. I gave you 15 minutes to take your shit. This is not your private bathroom. And I'm like, oh my, I'm gonna teach you 3 phrases in all this. Something my dad says. When I tell him I can't do something or I already have prior engagements, and he's like, I was expecting you and all that. Oh my. If you can't say oh my, that's my fault. I'm so disappointed in all of you. Number 2 or number 1 is like, you're there, you're somewhere, you're in Washington, D.C. doing insurrection. When you come back, we'll have a talk. It's just like, when you finish fucking around against my agenda, we'll have a talk, you and I. And it's like, it's very menacing and ominous. All of it is. You read prophecies, it's like, when I come back, Jews, we'll have a talk. And you throw your shoulders back and you're like, nah, nothing's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen to you. I'm seeing all these pigeons with their iridescent thing. I'm inside an internet condom or a plastic waterproof container. So mind the synaptic gap said something in chat. It's like, hey yo, let me get a chirp sandwich. Mitch meets. Like, it's like, instead of a cheese sandwich, a bird sandwich. I could give him a bird sandwich. Open your mouth and I'll have a bird poop in it. A lot of my life is empty threats. Hey! Good. Oh, guys, this is the good stuff. Look at that. This lady always brings the good stuff. Do you see how happy they are? She's a beautiful part of Times Square. I want you all to remember that. She's a little shy, like all people. Like, I walk like a duck, says my wife. And I am a duck. I'm Donald fucking Duck. Well, I don't mind being called Donald Duck. Like, guys, we could live in a cardboard box. It's amazing how that works. Sometimes you see birds with like different colorations. And it's like very nice. I say it is. But it's 9 o'clock, and then the invention of the clock and 24 hours makes people pissed. That's why I'm gonna invent a clock that has like 93 hours in it. I'm just gonna do an overlay. It's like, what time is it? Well, to me, it's 93 o'clock. I can't do all of this work in 24 hours. I will just revamp hours. And it's gotta be like a third person that doesn't understand why there's a fight. It's like, you're supposed to be of the same people, same family. Why are you fighting? But then it's like, you don't know how my family works. Nobody does. So, sometimes there's this green dot that appears on my head, and I think this kind of diffuses it. It's like, you're not trapped in here. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And so the finches are enjoying this. There's a lot of poop. They power wash it. It's a great deal. Everybody keeps busy. And I put the bread. Oh, hello, chatter. You're lost. You're probably just like, I saw this in my feed. Get it off. All right. Can you beat 100 men with a gorilla? I'm probably sure you can beat off 100 men with your hand. You know what I'm saying? If this is her, it's your usual working thing. Yeah, why don't you report me? That will confirm that you were the one who reported me. That's all I want. The third time's the charm. 3 strikes and you're out. It's baseball. I didn't make the rules. That's the first thing you're going to say to me? Instead of, hey, Nate, you're still alive. I guess the assassins didn't kill you. You're immediately insulted by that, right? Confirms. Me, I'd be like, you know how many times I prayed for you as a Catholic? It's like, holy shit, he told me he's in a bomb shelter and Iran's bombing him or something. I was like, oh, I hope he survives. You know, he makes jokes. Never mind, like what water on the bridge, the past. No, you did. You're not helping me. You know what I mean? It's like you're not helping me defang this stupid word, Nazi, right? You're actually encouraging all the viewers, just like, hey, you know what? You're really pushing it, really itching for a third band. To me, that's immediate death threat. You know, it's your culture. You can't help it. You're just relaying people who are immediately offended. I thought you were more Hispanic than Jewish, but whatever, you know. So, you know, like some people don't like to hear my positives. And I told them, well, if you believe that, you know, I'm more likely to do things that will make you miserable for all time, I'll just own it. I'll take accountability. My only purpose in all this is to make all people miserable for all time. It's a gig. I would try to do it the nice way, Jesus Christ way, this. They nailed him to a tree. What are you going to do? All he wanted to do, like, maybe we should be nicer to your neighbor. But nah, you don't understand my family. We take some things, we gotta defend honor. We're gonna use certain words instead of being happy to see you. I thought you'd be happy. You know what I mean? But I will embrace this. I will make all of you miserable for all time. It tends to happen. I just stand there and bad things happen. People congregate, bad people, bad actors, you know? And all I do is exist like Israel. Makes you wonder. I mean, if I saw somebody I didn't see, and it's like, I'm going to war. Oh, you're back. I guess they didn't kill you. Good. But it's not helpful. When you suggest certain words to the universe, it's like, man, you're really itching for a third band with that username. And yeah, it was a suggestion, but it will confirm to me the ban happy people, the trigger happy report. And there'll be a pattern. It's triangulation. 3 reports from the same person makes them a target. And I was talking to a mob princess. It's like, so the pops asked, what's your name? And it's like, I don't want to give you my name. You're supposed to protect me like all citizens in America. The name is not important, the crime is. You know? Like, if they ever get a hold or something, then their cousin, their nephew, their lawyer, the doctor, hey, do revenge for me. That's not the way. Hebron can't help himself. You know what I mean? He walks in, it's like, he sees me dressed up in a Nazi uniform, doesn't think that maybe I was kidnapped and they forced me. He thinks I did it on my own will. Sad. Really sad. But I guess that's what prejudice is all about. You prejudge. And it's good. With all these judgy people, I can be not judgy. I can appear to be so all-encompassing, inclusive. You know? People like to say what they can't do. Makes it easy. I can do what you can't do. In return, all I ask is you do what I can't do. Which is basically like prejudge people, assume they're evil, and then, you know, just kick them when they're down. So when this channel gets, I know there's a guy who's like, the system works. Take it down. It offends me. 3rd time's the charm, you know? You being a batter 3 times and then there's a whole dugout thing, that's on you, not on me. You know? Test your luck. If you're the kind of guy who can ban people 6 million times, there's a guy in the Holocaust Museum, kind of honored, sneakily. Who else could kill 6 million Jews, right? Can you? Like, baseball should have 6 million strikes. That's the new rule. All new rule in baseball. You are allowed to throw a ball 6 million times so that the batter can hit a home run. You know what I mean? Let's really work in this 6 million number. That goes for you too, Interpol. There's gonna be like, you know, international baseball games in Japan. and Israel and Persia. It's like, there's no apartheid. They're just something. I could take 6 million bands like a man. Because the Jewish people did. Does that affect their numbers? Sure, we're down to 1% population. But just you wait. 1% becomes 2, and then 4, and then 8, and then 128 later. And then because of binary, we have 128% population. How can that be? It's binary. Okay. Either you believe it or you don't. You know what I mean? You can tell a lot about how people greet you. Man, you're really itching for a third band with that username. What a greeting, This is why Jesus don't come back. That's why the Jewish people is like, our guy will be nice. He'll understand. He'll take a joke. It's just a joke. Other people have no sense of humor. What is funny to you is not funny to them. Imagine, he had one greeting for me. I greet him, it's like, holy shit, I hear Israel's being bombed. Hope you're alive, buddy. Happy to see you. First thing he says, you gotta take that off. You're gonna get banned for all that shit. Oh, well. Shows your character, not mine. Just like the Freemason says, I'm not responsible for how you understand things. I'm only responsible for what I say. If you watch Happy Gilmore and it's like, okay, normally a bear doesn't attack you, but if I smear honey on you, then a bear will attack you. And it's like, I'm in my happy place and I'm dressed up in this outfit. And you immediately assume. I hope you review all this and pass it to all your family. Eventually, it'll get to the Israeli that has common sense. The ruler who has to deal with prejudgy fucks. There's a reason some people are stuck in a dead-end job. Like me. I'm stuck in a dead-end job with my family. I made a promise to my dead mom. What's your excuse? Imagine wasting all your free will to hurt or insult people. And it's like, it's your fault for being hurt. You're weak. Funny, man. It's amazing how one greeting can taint everything. The Bible is right. You can do all this justice stuff and righteousness. You do one wicked thing, all of it is erased. And then redemption is, you could do all these wicked things, but, to atone for it, one really big act of righteousness, all is forgiven and forgotten with God. As long as it's new and obedient. All I can say is, he's playing into the stereotype. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to screenshot this. So, it's going to be part of the stream. That's a nice greeting. You see how everyone greeted me? Man, you're really itching for a third band with that username. As opposed to Filipino ship dodged Chinese Navy crashing into Chinese Coast Guard, then offered them assistance. Filipinos rule. This is why I call you Blade Master. That's a perfect parody. You know what I mean? You should be apologizing for all Jew behavior. You make so much money. We just talk. This is what they meant, actually. It's like, you have a big penis. I'm a woman. Your husband has a big penis. And I've seen you live stream. You're like a lawyer sweating bullets. Anyway, actually, I'm gonna highlight the difference between somebody Israeli and somebody American. And if you're still here, Seaman, thanks for being here. But usually buffering gets people. But usually buffering gets people. So you can see all my other photos. But when you replay the stream, it's like, in case you can't see or your captions is not working, there's no timestamp, and that's a weakness, but I don't care. Man, I'll read it all to you. It's going to be part of the captions. For $0.00, unrelated popcorn fire 3.0. Hi, Tom. You see how like the greetings are? When you greet me, I feel good, older brother. You know? You could tell me like the fucking guys at the thing. Well, tell me about it. Just a bunch of jerks. I'm not a bear. I'm not a bear. Bears are 7 feet tall. But I like how you're thinking. So let me just do this ad read. For $0.00, the Israelite or Israeli named the unrelated popcorn fire 3.0 in his king form number one. Man, you're really itching for a third band with that username. And just like all Jews, they lie. I don't take offense, but I will file a lawsuit. My lawyer will take offense. And then Benjamin Seaman, the blade master, greeted me with news, good news. Filipino ship dodged Chinese Navy crashing into the Chinese Coast Guard, then offered them assistance. Filipinos rule. Mind you, there's been a contention about the South or West Philippine Sea. The Chinese call it some other thing. And then Filipinos have been hosed with dirty stink water and that. But we still offer assistance. Just like if I saw a Canadian homeless, I'd be like, one, if Thom ever saw you, probably kick you. You're making all Canadians look bad. Yesterday, I saw something like that. Really handsome guy, looks like a model, and Canadian, begging on the streets of fucking Bryant Park. I was like, I don't have money, gold or silver, but I do know a guy named Thom who has fond memories of Canadian Tire. If he saw you begging on the streets of fucking America, boy, you know what I mean? Like wigger, like you said. That's a word you can say. And so, I hope against all hope, some people will greet me, hey, Nate, you're still alive. I guess like all this trouble didn't make you have a heart attack or hang yourself from a tree. Glad to see it. Instead, they look at my name as like Nazi. Ah, you're begging for a ban with that that username. And it was all JK's idea. He took my name, anagrammed it, and he came up with Nazi. How is that my fault? I told them, instead, like that's the third strike. If somebody reports you, after 3 reports, you kind of know who it is. And I told the chat, the audience or something, from now on, all baseball is 6 million strikes. The batter has 6 million chances to hit a fucking home run. You like 6 million so much, you'll choke on it. What do you think, Thom? I don't notice this kind of content on your stream because one, you recently upgraded your internet and the Jews provided. And me, I've been saying like, let's exterminate all the Jews for a long ass time. They're still overpopulated. Okay, I can't help overpopulation or inflation. So, if you want to read later, because it takes YouTube 2 or 3 days to caption, but some things, it's not offensive, it just confirms my bias, Just like they did the YouTube. You get kicked out of 160 bars and you still blame the bar. Maybe it's you, right? He was showing so much promise because he's half Hispanic. And it was like, I hope his Spanish side kicks in, But I remember, just like Mahdi, it's like, we will find you, enemies of Israel, in all the holes and dig you out and dance on your graves and smash your toddlers on our rocks. Count on it. And it's like, oh shit, man. This is some really mind-controlled people. Cult members defending the leader no matter what. I like that. Hibernate. I forgot all about hibernate. There's so many words that end with nate. Like hallucinate, discriminate, calumniate, you name it. It's based on the Latin root natus, which means born or created or crafted. And then Thomas, the twin, if you're a Catholic at all, it's like, if you've ever watched Conan the Barbarian, the new one with, what's his name? That guy who looks like a gorilla, but he looks like me too. I forgot his name, but when that means he's listening. And it's like, these Sumerians are primitive people. They don't have a church, but they like to build weapons, or in your case, a shop, a bike. And if they have any holy relics at all, it'll be in the floor. So when you said, isn't this better than going to church? It's like you're a blacksmith, and you made something holy underneath your basement or on your floorboards. Even the rats, if there are any rats, or cockroaches or roaches, or even like clean microbes, they consider your place a holy ground. If you don't go to church, church will go to you. It's just like a wellness check. My son, you're dying. Would you like to receive the Eucharist one time? So this is just me ranting and raving. I escaped not escaped, they let me go. I endured a 3-day hold, the 5150 in some places. And it was the nicest mental hospital of all time. I was so crazy in there, I challenged the ocean. The ocean won, of course. You can't really beat the ocean, Tom. You go to a beach and it's just like, well, all of me versus all you waves, and the waves win. I'll tell you now, spoiler alert, the waves fucking win. My, at best, 150-pound mass against all the ocean, yeah, it's gonna win. But I was amazed at how gentle they were. The ocean can take rocks and change it into sand. So I was grateful for the opportunity for the ocean to slap me around like a little bitch. If I had any aspirations of challenging God, God would be like, fight the ocean first. Who won? I think the ocean did. All of you can go challenge the ocean. I saw Tham's thing is like, yep, I'm on the beach and my toesies are saying hi. Come get me, ocean. Come eat my bike. Can't? Well, I'm going home. The only winning move is not to engage the fucking ocean in a fight. Whereas me, I turn my back on the ocean. It's like, you're gonna backstab me like I'm a traitor? Go for it. And then it pushed me down into the sand. I was already on one knee. It was like both knees. Scum. Kneel before God. And I did. Every day or every time I go to church, I kneel before God. It turns out the ocean can be a church too, and a house. So, just be careful of marauders and people. It's like, we've had reports that you're taking home tools from the shop. It's going to be something fabricated. We're missing a really expensive nailer. And who's the only one who can benefit from it? Why, it's Tom. Learn how to deflect that. You see this? Somebody hacksawed this. Because either they're too heavy and they broke it. Do you think I could have done that with my 150 pounds? Hell no. But I'll be blamed for it. It's not my fault. It's just my responsibility. I documented the damage, and then let's see. And here comes the diarrhea. For all fans of the franchise, I tend to poop my pants. And I've learned to do breathing exercise to kind of, when you do the Lamaze thing, it kind of pulls it up like a half an inch. So you can get to the next bathroom. It's enough like for 3 minutes to 15 minutes. I've gotten it up to 15 minutes. I do like maybe 50 of those, and it pulls it up like 1/8 of an inch at a time, times 50, and I can kind of manipulate without splurting all over. I'm sure you wanted to hear all this, but And I'm always late. Better late than never. There's also Nate Higgers. And Lever Higgers is a far more scarier Higgers. Like he's a very deadly serious member of the family. Nate, I'm kind of like, hey, let's all calm down. We're not gonna hit each other, right? Lever would lean into it. Do not fuck with Lever Higgers. He's so powerful, nobody knows who the fuck he is in all this. And the title of Lever Higgers falls upon the most deadly serious, unstoppable, indestructible soldier of all time. Whoever it is, if maybe it's you, Tom, maybe it's Hebron, just do a good job. The previous Lever Higgers will be watching you and then doing little things to make sure you do it right. You know? Lever can take the weakest thing and make a weapon out of it. If you leave a stack of papers, this is how crazy you are. He'll make a percussive instrument to hit you at the right spot. Or like, somebody pays more. Hibernate is like Palestine. Free, free hibernate. From the river to the sea, all hibernate shall be free. I like the word all because it's all encompassing, all powerful, all knowing. And some people are remarkably fit, like you, Tom. Here's somebody who's on the street, and I just documented without their consent or permission, so you can see exactly how fit a guy is. He looks like he goes on a bicycle and rides 93 miles. Okay? Now, all I can do is revulsion, because, that's my superpower. Some people have autism is their superpower. My superpower is revulsion. I generate revulsion like a champ. You know what I mean? And I'm doing my breathing exercises like Lamaze because I got a turtle head poking out. I gotta use the bathroom real soon. Lamaze is the only way to control that. It pulls up a little bit. Any pulling up is a more than I deserve. If it's sticking out by an inch, I pull it off like a fraction of an inch. Well, that's progress. I feel a little better and a little bit more in control. But greetings are very important. They set the tone. You walk into a place, kick down the door, SWAT, open up, or whatever. It's just you're generating fear. Whereas you casually knock, knock, hi, everything okay? All this. And you give the person time to justify their existence. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's going to keep happening. It's like whoever wants to take a pot shot at Israel will. I don't. Do you think the Filipinos have a nuclear weapon program? We might. We could start making these hobby horses and then transition. Thanks a lot for all these transition ideas. Male to female, female to male, hobby horse to nuclear weapons. Something all Filipinos can get behind. Better silence than like something that you don't know. Let me insult you. If you feel insulted, I'm not offended. And then you get lawsuits. Let the lawyer handle it. I'm offended. This travesty of justice. Words are violence. Just like I'm promoted and you're offended that I'm promoted. Well, I thought you'd be happy for me. Here's something for you to be happy about. And this is imported sand, probably from the French Riviera. It's very clayey. It's like, what are we going to do with all this sand in the French Riviera? New York will love it, and I do. I know where it's from. It's a good way to travel to France without actually paying money. The sand traveled, not you. The same sand people walked on, and poets. People would say, "Oh my God, the concrete is dirty." No, it's sand from parts unknown. And every day there's Bryant Park Yoga. You know, they have the official photographer, they have the official DJ, and I guess I don't want to really, but you know, it's. I'm gonna get one of these though. It's presented by Halara. I wonder if I was in the background. But as you can see, and if it's backwards, it's like Adoy. You know, the graphic design really is. I'm gonna bring this to the bathroom and I just take a poop. I'm gonna be inspired by this yoga. They look like their excretion is very optimized. I'm just gonna walk here though. I do it in the edges, and they also have very nice speakers. Yeah, looks like they closed off all of this thing. Hello. And you know, my favorite bathroom. As long as I look like I'm talking to my boss, talking to my litigator, talking to my governor, talking to my mayor, talking to my federal agent, my CIA overseer, because there's a certain position. Yes, boss, everything is fine. I don't see any earthquakes or volcanoes, no lava all over the floor, no rabid polar bears, no packs of wild dogs. All is clean in Bryant Park. At best, is just, you know, grumpy, aggressively kind people, labeled as mean. There isn't a mean person in all of New York, believe me. Good morning. I wonder, is this, let's, let's wait my turn. I wish I was a lot smaller too. So, you know, like technical difficulties. Also, if you want to get the schedule. Thanks, bud. Here in New York, don't make anybody wait longer than they should. Do your business, get out. It's a green suit. It's dirty. And you hear the classical music, very relaxing. To all my unborn children, if you time travel here, get used to this. Yes. Okay, no problem. It's so freeing, really. Like, the bathroom. You can't enjoy life without being able to go to the bathroom. Yeah. And you see that. Who's the cutie? Look at that. Like uncles. Yeah. You just ask, who's the cutie? And the baby's like, not me. Oh, you're so not cutie. All kids should be learning like what's my name? I'm not. Instead of saying, call me daddy, call me not. Not. Yeah. Because they're gonna be naughty anyway. Especially I watch dinosaurs. Not the mama. Right. I like my dad is all pissed at me. So my children, his grandchildren, will call me not. Because I'm not my dad. You see? And I'm sure, like somebody, are you your dad? I'm not my dad either. And we're gonna have a talk, and he's gonna call me like, "Why are you fighting me?" I don't know. It's war. I can roll over, and then you can use me as a poster. I've seen what they did with my mom. Oh, it's like a shame. 3 years later, I don't know what happened. And in New York, there's a saying: "You think you're slick? God is more slick than all of you." When you have to account for people on the other side. Even Michael Caine is like, I sent so many people to the other side, kind of worried what they'll be doing to me when I'm there. They'll be waiting a long time. The longer you delay it. Me, I try to go to the other side, they kick me out. You again, we did you. Bring more people here. I'm like, come on, I came here so that they don't have to. Well, we have some things to settle. You know? Is the whole dying for all the sins of mankind. I'm not Jesus. I couldn't do it. Only he figured it out. It's like, you guys are going to be angry? All right. Most perfect redemption arc of all time. So if you try to copy it, it's not copyable. Oops, sorry. You can. And hello, second person. There's no second chance to make a first impression. If all you is like, I can't wait to ban somebody or get somebody banned. It's so obvious. That's your entire existence. Which is fine. In football, is like, I can't wait for him to throw an interception. Right. Some people just want to score. You know? Like here. Some people wait. I can't wait for him to get hurt. He's a rigger. So many people got hurt, and then he's not going to. He's a professional. He gets paid for this. And I'm in a concentration camp, and they're killing all the hostages. Right, because chainsaw noises. Is that all it takes? And then people look at you funny if you wolf whistle. That's the thing. You know? I'm hoping Tom is like cleaning his apartment to this. You hear that, microbes? You've been holding out something on me. As punishment, I'm going to make Nate talk to you, all of you. Hello, stupid microbes hanging around Tom's immaculate, spotless work area, apartment slash house slash Canada. It's your Uncle Nate, and I will be doing a wellness check on all microbes. I have my bleach and ammonia ready. I don't know how good Canadian bleach is, but I made my own formulation. Sodium hypochlorite my ass. It's just water with extra anger. Over with a fucking taxi. I'll become micro and I'll just do Grand Theft Auto on a microbe size. Any clumps and gangs of smelly, dirty, grimy microbes will be eliminated. Actually, I don't know how to do that, but God does. So I'll just ask him, hey, God, can you do that? Of course, Nate. Here. You know? Under the pretext that you're running an unlicensed saloon, microbes, you know, that's my pretext. You have no liquor license to operate in Tom's apartment. And if Hebron is lurking, even worse, you get to watch Canada arise and be better than Israel. I'd rather see hi Nate. It looks like somebody wrote. You see? H-E-V-R-O-N. Somebody wrote your name. Isn't that funny? It wasn't me. Somebody's impersonating in New York City. Probably filing lawsuits, frivolous, in your name. Donating to Palestine, in your name. Oh boy, I had nothing to do with it. This is why I do all these video diaries. I just observe. Hey, look, weeds. Not my fault. Hey, look, graffiti and gum. Not my fault. I didn't do that. I can't smoke. That's not my brand. The justice system is going to be so clogged up with Trump declaring martial law. All these people donating to free Palestine in names scribbled in. Boy, pass or fail is like not good. What's wrong with just saying hi, Nate, and allow me to respond? There's nothing wrong with that at all. If I see like Eric Adams, hi Eric, that's the mayor. Oh, okay, hi Mayor Eric, and the full name. Can't go wrong with a hi. But if you're a Jewish comedy writer, you might go wrong. We don't pay you to say hi. We pay you to agitate. Okay, well then, bye. Once you're a known agitator, you don't greet them hi. Bye. You know? If you see a public hanging, what are you going to do? Hi, it's our first time. No, it's our last time. If things go well, somebody's going to get a hang. That's the last time you'll see that criminal mastermind. I've seen Quick and the Dead. You know, even though they got Gene Hackman, he was able to deliver that line. I saw justice with my own eyes. Good. I can enjoy perfect silence for all time. In the womb, I couldn't speak English. I couldn't even speak Tagalog. All I know is there's food comes into a tube. Yum, yum, yum. But I heard like harmonics and words, even whispers of the future. The future is the future. Not the future is female. And you know, I kind of kick myself in the, like whenever somebody makes something, I'll just screenshot it, put it as a background, so I don't have to wait for YouTube. The viewers can see what exactly I'm talking about. You know? I hope I'm doing good under God. But in case I'm doing something evil for my family, I don't know. People like to free you from slavery, so all of them can enslave you for themselves. And be aware of this. And it's like, I think I can be like this, looking for a girlfriend. See, that's a guy who knows what he wants. If he finds one, good for him. Maybe she'll cook and clean for him, you know? If you see a guy, a homeless guy, looking for a girlfriend and he finds one, how are you going to feel? Looking for a Bitcoin. Yeah?
Intertwined.
And they're moving to martial law in New York City. I had the ground floor on that. Yeah. Soon, like, it'll be military flags, not just American flags. Maybe the Marine Corps, maybe the Army, maybe the Navy, maybe the Air Force, maybe Space Force, who knows? Mars invaded already, you know? Aries. I hope we can all say fake news. Trump really didn't kick all the homeless out of DC, right? That's too mean. That's something a tyrant would do. The elected one, I saw how to behave under his rule. I saw a nice black family, and the father is wearing a MAGA hat, and he still yells at his kids. You know? Dad should have, like, aborted me if I'm going to end up like this. Now here, this is official Bryant Park stuff. It's just to notate, if you like yoga, yoga. I'm pretty sure you all know it opens holes for demons, but some of them start tidying up the place. I live here. This can accommodate, I would roughly say, 90 migrant houses, tent cities, and then they would take care of this place, you know? They say, like, it's closed. Obviously, we're just the occupying guard. Do you have any credentials? Are you homeless enough? The only person I trust with this is actually Timothy Daniel Poole. And he's too busy raking in all that money to actually occupy, this area. He was in Occupy Wall Street. And then, like, this was where police brutality was there. There's still stickers. Stickers are mad cheap. If you're a lawyer and your client just keeps talking to the other people instead of the judge, you're just gonna face palm. It's like, fucking clients, shut the fuck up. Clients always like, well, I have you on retainer and you can handle all of it. Pay me individually, itemize all these things. Like, I know lawyers. If I looks like I'm gonna lose, we're gonna harass you like fucking crows until you die. For every little thing. You looked at me funny, you made fun of my wife's cooking, we will burn you. The vengeance of a lawyer. And Jesus whipped all of them too. Don't you think in the moneylenders a lawyer was there? Why are you hitting me? Well, you were supporting this monetary shit. Tom is very, very. Hi, Nate. Hi, Bernanke. Hi, Bespoke. Very smart man. When you fix bikes for a living and you see how all the gears work and how the chain should be there, and then this thing is not aerodynamic, and then this will make my nipples bleed. Bleeding nipples teaches you how to do it right. Put a band-aid, put in a thing, and then if you're sweaty and you're hairy, and then the band-aid pulls it out, well, that's done. And that's my older brother. Hey, Kuya. Look how he's taking over a building, an entire 3 floors. And I'm going to have a talk with my dad. And I'm going to learn how to main tank for the greatest main tank of all time, my father. I had an episode where I was talking about this Mexican guy, Fernando. And he was very different from the Fernando I know. He was just, hey, chicky baby, right? And I was enthusiastic, but some people don't know how to do it right. Imagine wasting all my energy worrying about somebody huddled in a bomb shelter And then their only goal in life is to get me banned or enable people. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm happy he's banned. That'll teach him. Same attitude for me then. I'm gonna make all your lives miserable. No more I love you talk, buddy. It's not appreciated. Cast ye not pearls to swine. I'll just be like all the other people in your history. You know? I'll just pat myself in the back. Well, Jesus, I tried your way. Apparently, just like you, they don't appreciate shit. What they will appreciate is misery. Just like the movie. Oh, you're a writer. You like to write stuff in lawsuits. You're gonna be holed up in a cabin with a crazed fan. Don't kill my favorite character. I have a sledgehammer, so you can't get away. You're gonna make a phone call. Phone don't work. You have a smartphone. No service. We override the Sims. And it's a good time to end the stream. But it's, as you can see here, I want to see if the thing looks like even the sun. Oh, okay. I can kinda, sorta get the sun in here. You know what I mean? Like I can use the sun to highlight that. You see how the sun is overriding my side there? So you can see. What does the sun think about all this, you know? Now you could destroy and smite. If I learn how to do this smite, here is smite. It depends on if you catch the sun in the right place for smiting. But, it's a big world. Oh, right there. He is making himself visible. Smite, 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 smite. That's my older brother. You try to get him out of frame and he'll just force himself into it. Smite them all, Queen. Smite. Seaman is protected. I don't know. Isn't it great? Smite. 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 Even though I get smitten, make them all miserable. Let their words burn. Somebody is really itching for a third burn. Maybe a sunburn. Being exposed to the sun all day, yikes. Especially at 2 a.m. where the UV rays melt you. More chance of getting cancer that way. I think my older brother's proven this point. But, I like talking with him. Like, who do you want to smite me? I don't know. Hope they had their shields up, though. Like those lasers. And it's like, oh, it didn't work. Oh, good. We'll just increase it. Increase the light. And it's all about adjustment, really. Just like bacon frying, Sometimes you get a hero who's like, oh, what are you doing? Distracting you while the hostages burn, While you're gloating and nothing, I'm untouchable. Some people are touchable. Touch. And you'll see that in the news reports soon. More news reports. Happy people